the cameras flashed, the crowd froze, and just like that, Hollywood had a completely new obsession.
Or, in this case, a massive transatlantic crisis.
Welcome to Starscope Report. Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
Yeah, from red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today, we are tackling a massive headline. Prince Harry and Meghan face another royal setback.
It is a wild story. I mean, on paper right now, they are having unprecedented success in the U.S.
Completely. And we've got a fascinating stack of sources for you today.
Right, we're pulling from the newly released 2025 Archwell Foundation Impact Report.
Plus, up-to-the-minute reporting from The Guardian Express and the News International.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really contrast their thriving philanthropic empire in California with the chaotic reality of their British royal ties.
Okay, let's unpack this, because the contrast between these two worlds is just stark.
It really is. And to understand the friction in the UK, we first have to look at what they've been building in the US over the last 5 years.
Right, their California reality. The 2025 Archwell report basically frames their entire mission around this one phrase, to show up and do good.
Which is very catchy.
Yeah.
But they are actually showing up in a major way.
Yeah, but what strikes me is how they are doing it. Like, one of their biggest pivots recently has been into the digital world.
Oh, absolutely. They've essentially taken on the tech giants.
Which is a massive undertaking for a foundation that, only launched 5 years ago.
It's huge. A cornerstone of their recent work is this thing called the Parents Network.
Right.
And it's a global movement designed specifically to support bereaved parents dealing with the tech-related loss of their children.
Because, the research shows those parents face immense social isolation, right?
Exactly. Society pressures them to keep their grief private, especially when the loss is tied to cyberbullying or, dangerous social media algorithms.
It's devastating. So Archwell leaned heavily into peer support to break that isolation.
And the data from their qualitative analysis is quite profound.
Wait, what were the numbers on that?
Well, 76% of participants felt a renewed sense of belonging, and an incredible 85% found meaning in life despite their grief.
Oh, wow. That is powerful. I was actually looking at the visual they created for this, and it is absolutely haunting.
The memorial. Right?
Yeah, in April 2025, they unveiled the Lost Screen Memorial. It's an installation displaying the actual phone lock screens of children who lost their lives to online harms.
That is just, wow, chilling.
It is. The underlying message is that keeping kids safe shouldn't rest entirely on the shoulders of parents.
Right.
But honestly, I have to push back a little on the optics here.
Yeah.
Looking at this campaign and their backing of the Kids Online Safety Act, and just to be clear, we aren't taking any political sides here, just reporting the facts, but it doesn't sound like traditional royal charity work.
Not at all.
Are they operating more like a Silicon Valley watchdog startup than a royal patronage?
It's a fair critique, but I'd argue they're completely redefining what a royal patronage looks like in the 21st century.
How so?
Well, traditional royal patronages rely on physical presence. Shaking hands, cutting ribbons at hospitals.
Okay, the classic photo ops.
Exactly. But Harry and Meghan are operating in a digital landscape. You can't cut a ribbon on the internet.
True.
You have to build policy. What's fascinating here is how they are applying this deeply systematic upstream approach, particularly regarding artificial intelligence.
Wait, let's pause on that for a second. Upstream approach is a great buzzword, but what does that actually look like?
It means intervening in the design and ethical framework of the tech before it reaches the consumer.
Rather than just, providing counseling after the harm is done.
Exactly. They don't want AI to repeat the mistakes of social media.
Which makes sense. So how are they doing that?
They went straight to the source. They consulted 106 youths, aged 10 to 25, across 5 different countries.
That's a solid focus group.
Yeah.
And the stats from that consultation are wild.
Oh, they really are.
45% of young people said they use AI for homework.
Sure, which is a positive use case.
Right. But a massive 57% selected overdependence as their primary concern.
Which is very telling.
And even crazier, 53% fear manipulated content and deepfakes. Young women in the study specifically called deepfakes terrifying.
Which ties directly into the music industry and Hollywood shakeups we cover all the time.
Oh, totally. Major artists dealing with AI voice cloning, the youth are incredibly aware of these dangers.
Yeah, even if the tech companies are kind of dragging their feet, and while they are fighting these massive digital battles, they're also maintaining a physical global footprint.
Right, the humanitarian side, like their grants to the Imperial College London Center for Blast Injury Studies.
Yeah, and that wasn't just a general donation. It was specifically earmarked to develop prosthetics for children affected by conflict in Gaza and Ukraine.
Which is incredible. They've also mobilized emergency response for the early 2025 Los Angeles wildfires and backed relief for Jamaica following Hurricane Melissa.
It is just this massive, highly successful American operation.
If you're loving these Hollywood twists and deep dives, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
Definitely. Because all of this public success is a perfect segue into how they manage their personal lives.
Oh, 100%.
You see them exerting all this effort to create safety in the digital sphere, and you can see that exact same desire for control in how they manage their private image in Montecito.
That is so true. They don't rely on royal press cools anymore. They curate their own normalcy.
Which brings us to that Father's Day post from late June 2026.
Yes. Meghan shared this rare, beautiful glimpse into their lives on Instagram.
Paint the picture for us.
Okay, so picture this. Prince Harry is wearing the ultimate American dad uniform. We're talking cargo shorts and a t-shirt.
Classic.
And he's playing in the sunshine with a giant soccer ball with the kids.
I wouldn't say it's just a candid moment, though. It's a very deliberate curation of normalcy.
Oh, it is highly strategic.
You have 7-year-old Prince Archie in a local soccer shirt, which immediately drew comparisons in the press to his cousin Prince George.
Right, the football-loving royals. And 5-year-old Princess Lilibet is wearing a giraffe stuffed animal backpack and white sunglasses.
It projects this aura of complete, unbothered Californian peace.
It's just so normal, and behind the scenes of that sunny California life, there seemed to be a genuine effort to bridge the royal divide.
Yeah. Across the pond.
According to the News International, Meghan was actively planning to bring King Charles a very thoughtful gift for their upcoming UK visit.
And it wasn't some extravagant royal thing.
Not at all.
No.
She was going to bring homemade jams and preserves from her new As Ever lifestyle brand.
Which is so brilliant. It's very influencer culture, like celebrity lifestyle brands we see everywhere in Hollywood right now.
Exactly. And she knows how much the king loves gardening and organic foods.
It was positioned as the perfect olive branch. Personal, low stakes.
So what does this all mean for the listener? Because if you looked at their July 2026 schedule, it looked like a triumphant family return was happening.
They had a packed itinerary planned for July 7th through the 11th.
Right. They were set to celebrate the one-year countdown to the 2027 Invictus Games in Birmingham.
And Harry was scheduled to attend the Well Child Nurse Program's 20th anniversary, plus a visit to Scotty's Summer Festival.
To aid grieving children from armed services families, the stage was perfectly set.
It really looked like they were finally going to achieve that half-in, half-out success story they originally proposed years ago.
Maintaining their California independence while honoring their UK charitable roots.
But then, the bureaucratic machinery of the British government aggressively intervened.
And that's not even the wildest part. Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next.
Because it is jarring how quickly it fell apart.
Literally just days before the family was set to fly across the Atlantic, the UK government denied Prince Harry's request for taxpayer-funded police protection.
The trip was effectively dead in the water.
Pulled out from under their feet at the 11th hour. To understand why, we need to look at RAV.
Right, the Royal and VIP Executive Committee.
This is the secretive body that determines security for high-profile individuals in the UK.
When Harry and Meghan stepped back as working royals in 2020, Harry lost his automatic right to armed police security.
The Home Office's stance is that security isn't a guaranteed right by birth.
Right, they say it's based on a person's working role and the current threat level. So RAVF placed him on a bespoke arrangement.
Which honestly sounds like a complete bureaucratic nightmare.
Oh, it is. This arrangement requires him to give a full 30 days notice of any planned trip.
Along with his exact hour-by-hour schedule, so the committee can assess the threat level on a case-by-case basis.
And Harry has been fighting this in court for years.
Yeah, in May 2025, a high court judge actually ruled that this arrangement was legally fair.
But Harry didn't stop there. In a surprising twist in December 2025, he managed to secure a brand new risk assessment.
He reportedly wrote a handwritten letter directly to the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood,
pleading his case and highlighting the unique threats his family faces.
But now, 6 months after that letter, the review ended in a firm denial.
According to sources in The Guardian, Harry is absolutely distraught.
And he has flat out refused refuse to subject his young children to being chased by paparazzi and stalkers without armed police presence.
Which, I mean, is a completely rational
Oh,
response.
totally. We see pop stars and Hollywood actors talking about this paparazzi threat constantly right now.
Exactly. And Harry has stated that providing advance notice of his exact whereabouts mathematically increases the security risk.
Because it telegraphs his movements to anyone looking to do them harm.
Right.
I just have to challenge the logic of this 30-day notice rule. Imagine having a fire insurance policy that only protects your house if you give the fire department 30 days notice that a fire is going to start.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Why is his working status dictating his physical security? The threat to his family remains incredibly high, regardless of whether he cuts ribbons for the crown.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, your frustration is completely validated by the facts.
Thank you.
This isn't just about paparazzi taking intrusive photos. This is about physical safety.
Right. Real threats.
Several people in the UK have literally been jailed for making severe threats or actively plotting against Harry and Meghan.
There are extremist individuals who view him as a quote-unquote race traitor for his marriage.
That is a documented, pulse-pounding threat level.
Now, the Home Office released a statement saying their protective security system is rigorous and proportionate.
And that they simply don't comment on specific arrangements to preserve operational integrity.
But the real-world result of this rigid policy is a profound, chilling effect.
It is effectively preventing the king's son from safely existing in his own home country.
It's a complete paralysis. But the government security denial is really only half of the chaos here.
Yeah, because behind palace doors, a literal royal family Cold War is playing out simultaneously.
Right. Later in the episode, we'll talk about the shocking twist nobody saw coming. But let's get into the family dynamics now.
Okay, to be fair to King Charles, despite the security drama, he did offer Harry a royal residence for this July trip.
And Harry reportedly accepted that offer quickly.
Because a royal estate provides a secure, protected perimeter for his family that a commercial hotel just cannot offer.
But accepting a room doesn't mean the family dynamic is fixed. The tension is palpable.
Very much so. According to the reporting, Queen Camilla has set a strict, non-negotiable condition for this visit.
And what is that?
She must be present for any private meeting between King Charles and the Sussexes.
Wow. That is intense.
The sources indicate Camilla isn't taking any chances with the institution's PR.
She allegedly fears that Charles leads with his heart, right?
Exactly. She worries that if he is left alone with Harry, especially with Archie and Lilibet there pulling on his heartstrings, he might give away the family store in the name of peace.
That is incredibly heavy. She views the Sussexes as an unpredictable threat to the monarchy's stability.
And she wants to hear every single word that is spoken to ensure no promises are made that the institution can't keep.
So you have a father who wants to see his son, but is heavily guarded by his wife, acting as an institutional protector.
And then you have the brother.
Right, Prince William. He is reportedly deeply irritated by Harry's return to the UK and is completely ignoring his phone calls.
It is an icy wall of silence. And it goes beyond just ignoring calls, it extends to their public schedules.
The counter-programming, this is such a classic Hollywood PR move.
It really is. The timing of this July trip highlights the depth of the separation.
While Harry was scheduled to do his highly publicized Invictus and Wellchild events, William and Kate intentionally booked their own massive engagements for the exact same week.
William is playing in a charity polo match on July 10th.
And Kate is attending Wimbledon on July 11th and 12th, which is a massive celebrity hotspot.
It is essentially counter-programming. It's like two rival movie studios dropping their biggest summer blockbusters on the exact same weekend.
They are forcing the British press to choose who gets the front page.
Effectively starving Harry of the spotlight and ensuring his philanthropic efforts are overshadowed by traditional royal glamour.
That is a visual representation of two entirely separate royal courts operating in the same country.
Pointedly ignoring one another and competing for the same oxygen in the media landscape.
And it raises a massive question about the sustainability of Harry's relationship with his home country.
He is effectively trapped.
Caught between a father who is gatekept by his wife, a brother who refuses to speak to him, and a government committee that won't protect him.
It is the ultimate catch-22.
So let's bring it all together. On one side of the ocean, in America, Harry and Meghan are an absolute powerhouse.
They are changing digital civil rights laws, funding blast injury prosthetics, and building a multi-million-dollar philanthropic legacy.
Where 85% of their trauma network participants are finding renewed meaning in life.
They are running a tight, highly effective operation while living a sunny, cargo shorts lifestyle in Montecito.
But the moment they look toward the UK, all of that power and agency just vanishes.
They are entirely paralyzed by royal protocol, deep-seated family grudges, and the rigid rules of government security committees.
The contrast between their effectiveness in the US and their powerlessness in the UK couldn't be sharper.
Which leaves us with a lingering, provocative thought for you to ponder.
The 2027 Invictus Games, which is arguably Prince Harry's proudest achievement, his life's work for wounded veterans, is set to take place in Birmingham, England.
Right.
If the British government and the royal family cannot find a way to guarantee the safe, dignified presence of the Games' own founder and his children now, in 2026,
Will the Invictus Games eventually be forced to permanently sever its ties with the UK altogether?
it's a very real and very tragic possibility.
If he can't safely bring his family to the country he fought for, the geography of his philanthropy might have to shift entirely.
Leaving the UK behind for good?
Yeah.
A kingdom left behind for a new empire in California.
It's a wild story, and it is far from over.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.